Hello, Cryptonauts, and welcome back to another episode of Cryptocurrency Chat. I'm your host, Blockchain John, as well as my co-hosts Jake and Mike. How's it going, you guys?
Pretty good, man.
All right. As well as we got Robert, and we got a few people actually in the house just hanging out. We got vids and stuff. Bless your heart. Thank you for hanging out. We're just going to chat about what's been going on with the crypto market. Obviously, we had probably one of the worst days this year in crypto when it came to the market. Was it yesterday? I don't know what day it was. I already lost my days.
It's all a blur.
It's all a blur, right? Yesterday was that day where everything was down massively, like 30% down. Probably the biggest drop.
At least 30.
Yeah, at least, right? Crazy. So, with that said, Cryptonauts, you should be able to see. Okay, cool. You should be able to see CoinGecko. Here we got our top 10. Let's quickly go over what's going on. So we got Bitcoin sitting at number one at $41,691.71 with a 1.4% gain. Number two, Ethereum settling at $2,906.73 with a 2.6% gain. Number three, we have Binance Coin settling at $410.26. Number four, Cardano settling at $1.85. Number five, Tether settling at 99 cents with a 0.7% drop. Number six, XRP settling at $1.20 with a 0.8% loss. Number seven, Dogecoin settling at 40 cents with a no gain, no loss. Number 8, Polkadot settling at $30.16 with a 2.6% gain. Number 9, USD Coin settling at 99 cents with a 0.6% loss. And number 10, Bitcoin Cash settling at $842.52 with a 1.5% gain. All right, that is our top 10 cryptocurrencies by market cap. Your overall total market cap is at $1.889 trillion, up by 12.4%. Awesome, love it, great. Market's finally coming back up. Less than 24 hours. Hopefully, you Cryptonauts out there listening all around the globe, and I'm guessing like close to 80 nations around the globe. Hopefully you held strong hands. Like I said, diamond hands all the ways. Please. No paper hands. If you know by now, paper hands are not accepted here, right? Diamond hands. All right, so let's go to the next little part here with.
I like that Bitcoin chart. It's kind of misleading. It says it's only up 16%. And like yesterday morning, I think Bitcoin was at $30,000.
Yeah, crazy.
It's definitely way up. Yeah, it went way back up.
Yeah, that's good, man. Anybody that sold off the top and bought back in at the bottom, beautiful. But I don't know. Would you risk it, Mike? Would you risk it? Would you have taken that chance?
To like not have the stress of just like fire and forget and let it be like that's. I used to not think that way, but since I switched the mindset, damn, life has been so much simpler.
Exactly. I feel the same way. And for me, the way I do it is I have the majority of my coins locked up in Celsius. Not locked up. I shouldn't use that word. I had them sitting on Celsius. Celsius Network earns me a weekly interest rate, compounded weekly interest rate, crypto on crypto. Every single crypto I deposit in Celsius earns me fantastic crypto every single week. By the way, there is a referral code. Check that out. All right, so let's go over to.
We should do an episode on that in the future.
You should, definitely. Depends on how much interest we get. Yeah. All right. So you guys should be able to see my screen. Yay? Give me a yay or a nay. Awesome. All right. Let's see. Number one, we have, by the way, we're using decrypt.co to get our daily news as well as CoinGecko.com to get our daily stats. Make sure you collect your daily candies, which, oh man, I got to log in. Oh well, I'll do that another time. All right. First news coming in from Jeff Benson. SEC Chair Gensler, we should be ready to enforce crypto cases. New Securities and Exchange Commission SEC Chairman Gary Gensler remarked today that the agency should be ready to bring cases involving issues such as crypto. Speaking at the 2021 Financial Industry Regulatory Authority (FINRA) annual conference, Gensler told the virtual conference attendees, "As we think about enforcement, to me, the idea is pretty simple. We need rules of the road and a cop on the beat to protect everyday investors and achieve our ... mission." Okay, what's the mission?
Yep.
What's the mission here? What does Gensler want? Let's see.
Collect taxes.
Yeah, exactly, right? On May 6th, he suggested that a regulatory framework for crypto exchanges put in place by the CFTC and or SEC would be a boon for consumers' confidence and protection. Right now, quote, right now, there's not a market regulator around these crypto exchanges, and thus, there's really no protection around fraud or manipulation, he noted. Gensler's comments come as the markets for digital assets such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Dogecoin have cooled down from their dizzying heights after hurtling towards record levels. Crypto markets crashed by upwards of 30% on Wednesday before recouping some of their losses today. Even assets such as Shiba Inu. I'm kind of curious if any of you guys bought into that. Anyone?
I've got a little.
No.
I got a little Shiba.
Got a little Shiba. How's that working for you?
I mean, I got a soft spot for cute dogs. So,
All right.
I didn't put my life savings into it, but
a little don't hurt, right? A little. It's like just putting a little bit of sauce on your taco. It doesn't hurt. You put too much, that stuff's gonna burn.
I think they make really good Christmas presents. So
hot sauce?
Probably gonna do that. No, Shiba.
Oh. All right.
Hot sauce too. Definitely hot sauce.
I got the really great Christmas present. There you
go. Let's
Didn't
wrap
the
up that hot
inventor of
sauce,
Shiba
man.
sell out?
What was that?
Didn't the inventor of Shiba sell out?
I don't know.
No, they the inventor of Shiba gave Vitalik like half the supply or something, and like his mindset was, oh, if Vitalik has it, it's going to be strong. But then he liquidated his holdings, but supposedly he took the funds and donated it to the COVID relief in India. So it's like it's one of the things where like someone liquidated, but it's kind of like for a good cause. Like, I don't really care that the price went down because something really good came from it, you know? Most coins, when they dump, it's like, oh, it dumped because of greed. This is like it dumped kind of like to help the world.
Right, and if you think about it from a perspective of what comes next is, he sells off or dumps it, and then it just brings more positivity to the project that's new already. It could bring the price back up, I see.
Right? I've never seen a dump where it's like such a positive thing of why it happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, is it, not to throw water on it, but is it like Red Cross in Haiti kind of delivery of money, or is it like like who did he just move money to?
I hope not. That's so bad. I remember when that happened, they were paying people with C-130s $5 million just to like take one cargo to Haiti from the U.S. It was so ridiculous what they were doing with the money.
The relief for Puerto Rico, they found water in warehouses like the next year. I can't trust that at all. But it is a good cause. I got to look at where they donated it. Like BLM, it got donated to like a bunch of white people, I think. Act Blue. So you got to wonder where your money's going. It can get twisted.
All right, let's continue. Even assets such as Shiba Inu, not traded on licensed exchanges such as Coinbase or Gemini, have managed in the past months to accumulate multi-billion market caps due to trading activity on decentralized exchanges that allow anyone to list a token. Now, let me get you guys' feedback on that. Is that, I mean, Mike, obviously you got some Shiba, but for you other guys out there that did not get Shiba, would you say, I guess looking at it from a outer scope perspective, is it safe to buy some Shiba considering that it's not on one of these trusted exchanges such as Coinbase or Gemini? Or do you think Coinbase and Gemini is just one of those things that if it's on there, if it's not, doesn't matter?
Sounds like it's got a hell of a marketing story. So if you start with that, that's what Doge lived on, just a meme. So if what he's saying is true and it went to a good cause in India, I mean, hell yeah. Especially because I think they have a crypto ban over there to some extent, don't they?
Yeah, right? That would be very ironic.
Yeah, it'd be a good light to just expand crypto into India.
Nice. Here, let me read this last paragraph here before I move on to the next topic. Meanwhile, crypto custodians are facing their own regulatory upheaval this week. Acting comptroller of the currency, Michael, what is that? Michael Su? Michael who? How do you say that? Anyone? No? I'm going to say Michael Hu. Michael Hu triggered a review of the Treasury's Office cryptocurrencies guidelines while Senate Banking Committee Chair Sherrod Sherrod Brown asked who to put conditional banking charters to crypto firms on hold. Of course, we need regulatory acts now, okay? Stop the crime. Next news written by Jeff Benson. Crypto bank charters should be reassessed, says Senate banking chair. Several months after taking control of the U.S. Senate, Democratic lawmakers are signaling a shift in their oversight of financial regulators, which could put so-called crypto banks in a precarious position. Senate Banking Committee Chairman Sherrod Brown yesterday sent a letter to the acting head of the Office of the Comptroller of the Currency, OCC, Michael Hu, asking the banking regulator to reassess. What was that?
Sorry, it's Michael Sue.
Michael Sue. Perfect.
Yeah,
Michael. Thank you. Michael Sue asking the banking regulator to reassess, quote, the conditional national trust charter given to 3 cryptocurrency firms, Anchorage, Paxos, and Protego. I wonder how much they paid. Quote, a firm that cannot meet the rigorous requirements applicable to other banks should not be allowed to present itself to the public as a bank. Senator Brown wrote, Paxos, Protego, and Anchorage seeks to broaden access to cryptocurrencies and other risky and unproven digital assets and emerging technologies to traditional bank customers. What do you guys think? Are they getting too deep into crypto? Should they stay out of it? Is some regulation bad? Is all regulation bad?
It's a trip to think about for the most part. Everyone who's buying crypto is buying it for themselves. But there's a whole world out there where there's people who buy assets with other people's money. And that's just the standard, you know? And it's crazy to think crypto has never had that event. But when that happens, oh damn.
This is one of the things that I was trying to get the license for, the FINRA license, because it is a common thing where people take other people's money and buy stuff and then manage it. And that's not weird. That's been going on for decades. But I will say I have been looking at the possibility of actually doing that with my business and taking other people's money and buying coin for it. But at that point, I probably do need to have the full license. I don't actually have yet. But I mean, it really kind of makes sense. Let me give an example. When you, John, and I first talked about, even with Mike, dealing with DeFi, particularly buying things like Uniswap or Pancake Swap, you guys are just like, well, how does this work? And it takes some time to figure it out. And some people just don't want to figure it out. They're like, here, take my money and you do it for me. And that's what's been going on. Like I said, that's what financial advisors do. They take other people's money and manage it for them, because people are just like, money's too complicated. Don't make me think hard. Here, you do it for me. So is that not weird? No, I have no problem with that at all. But if you start doing that, then there's going to be some regulation. Now, the regulation is not going to regulate the crypto. It's going to regulate how the money is handled given to the crypto.
That's what Grayscale does, right?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying, is that it's, I think that's what they're talking about. They're saying we need to treat crypto like an asset. That's fine. It is an asset, sort of. It's not quite the same as like a stock, but it is still kind of an asset-like thing. And I know that it was 84 was the document from the IRS that uses 8489 IRS document. Basically says if you have those things and you sell them for fiat, you have to pay capital gains on them. So they are treating it like an asset. As long as you keep it in that format and don't transfer it to a stable coin or to another coin, you can do whatever you want with it, as long as you can transfer it as much as you like and never pay any taxes on it.
I'm kind of curious. So would you think that our nation, America, because obviously there's 80 countries listening to this, America would benefit a lot more if our regulatory aspect on crypto wasn't based off of assets, but in fact it was based off of fiat. So identifying crypto as fiat instead of being assets. Would our nation benefit more that way, or is it fine the way it is, or should it be like a hybrid of two, or should they not have been involved?
What we're doing, because that's it.
You know,
we don't base it off fiat until we sell it. Sorry, Mike, go ahead.
No, no worries. I was just saying, with that kind of stuff, I'd say the less regulation, the better, unless it's like regulation over fraudulent stuff. But as far as for trying to take like a piece of the pie, I'd say it's more advantageous to just have a country that supports it so well that it forces citizens of other countries to want to come to America for that reason alone. And that really gives the U.S. That's something that's hard to buy. You can't buy good press like that. So rather than focusing on the nickels and dimes of screwing over American citizens, they could go the other route. But the United States being the United States, they're probably going to go only one of those two ways.
I mean, one of our greatest assets is that when you're born here, you are a citizen, and a lot of people take that for granted. I think we're one of like 2 countries other than Canada that does that. That's why people try to get here to have their kids on our soil. So you're right that along with a currency that is actually stable, not globally controlled, that would absolutely cement prosperity going forward. You're 100%
right.
All right, thanks.
Trade crypto as fiat? Is that the question here?
No. The question was if our regulators identified crypto as fiat instead of crypto as an asset.
Right.
Yeah, as a currency over an asset.
Correct.
Well, it's not necessarily. I mean, Bitcoin potentially, but I mean, the main thing with fiat is the regulation portion, right? So they control that in a decentralized organization. It's not a fiat currency. It is technically an asset holding. You hold an asset and then you sell it for fiat. It's pretty defined.
You make a good point, and I feel like a lot of people, just like the gold standard, they think that fiat and asset are one and the same thing. Like fiat is an asset, or it's a currency, but it's really fiat. Like it doesn't fit that definition purely,
Right. I mean, fiat is based on the imaginary lines that we put between borders, and really it has no relevance in the decentralized crypto worldwide and, I mean, beyond space it works in.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's really great.
All right, thanks, guys. All right, next news written by Jeff Benson. Elon Musk says he won't sell his Dogecoin as mystery well buys more. Bum, bum.
I got something for this.
All right, hold on. Oh, you want to do that first? Go ahead.
Yeah. Have you talked much in the podcast yet about the Bitcoin war he's got going on with, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's basically at war with some people over this Bitcoin thing. And that's why he's tanking Bitcoin. Have you gotten into that at all yet?
I have not, no.
All right. While you're going through this article, I'm going to find out who that guy is. We can talk about him.
Cool. All right. Tesla CEO Elon Musk has tweeted that he's never sold Dogecoin and, quote, won't sell any Doge. Musk has a knack for pushing the price of cryptocurrencies up and down with 60-character memos to his 55 million Twitter followers. So, the market for Dogecoin, hungry for any sort of development to spur trading, responded by ... doing nothing. Actually, less than nothing. The market for Doge is down slightly in the hour since the tweet. At least one whale was buying on the news, however. The person in control of the address with the most Dogecoin today bought another 4.2069 Doge, a combination of the Cannabis Association numeral and the sexual position because ... humor. Okay. Oh my. Okay, I get it. It took me a moment. Sorry. Got it. Their purchase, worth $1.70, comes after a May 18th transaction of 420.69 Doge, worth $192.92. Thought that the wallet did sell 100 million Doge, $7.3 million on April 12th. There's nearly $15 billion in it, and speculation is rife that it belongs to Musk or at least to someone who admires him. For instance, the same wallet has a penchant for making transactions of 28.061971 Doge on apparent reference to Musk's birthday, June 28, 1971. Others believe the wallet belongs to Robinhood, the mobile trading app that features Dogecoin as one of its 7 tradable assets. Data scientist Tom Robinson of Elliptic was quoted in February as saying the timing of its creation and the creation of the addresses that it received funds from match the timing of Robinhood's support of Dogecoin. In this case, the addition made to it in small increments are people leaving digital graffiti on their wallet, wrote crypto farmer Blaze Mickelson. Either way, an extra $1.70 coupled with a tweeted response haven't been enough to move a market worth $52 billion, even one as volatile as Dogecoin. That could be because there's only so much Musk can pump the market in one day. All right, we're done with that. All right, Robert.
Yeah, I don't think that's Robinhood. They're definitely not cool enough to make those purchases.
Yeah, I doubt that either.
I also remember recently hearing that Elon Musk put like 100 million Doge for his kid.
Hey, dude, that's awesome. I think that's awesome.
Right?
You tweeted about it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm big into this Elon thing because I happen to love SpaceX. And like I've stayed up until 8 in the morning watching them dock the most recent one. They had 11 astronauts on the space station. Every time that happens, he's pumping Doge. It's funny. Like he does do it like a liftoff, and then it comes back down like his rockets. He also drew a Doge. If you look at the chart for a month, in like it was 2 weeks ago was when he ended it, but he did an entire month where he drew a Doge. He is literally out there because people meme that all the time. He's out there showing how blatantly he can manipulate a market, and he's using Mark Cuban and all these guys with big funds. He's worth $250 billion. Doge only has $50 billion in it. If you want to put half his wealth in Doge, it'd be $1. So Elon can do whatever he wants with that price, and he keeps pinging it 420 if you notice, and 69, which is hilarious. So he's making a joke out of this, and he's also trying to move people out of Bitcoin, which I think is controlled by the tycoons. And we've got guys, Barry Silbert is this guy's name, who's a trader. And by the way, if there's any traders listening to this, you guys are pieces of shit. You're useless to society. You just move money around. It's not a job. Go get a job. But this trader who's messing with the market is telling everybody May 8th, okay, Doge peeps, it's been fun. Welcome to crypto. But the time's come for you to convert your Doge to Bitcoin. And Elon didn't like that. So he goes on Tesla, goes with the whole thing. That's why Elon did all this. And the whole market's been tanking because they're having a crypto war. And they're pulling out of each other's crypto. So right now with this whale buy, they may have sold off all their goddamn crypto. So they can't tank Elon anymore because he's bought it all up. He's been buying out whales. He had a tweet about it. So it may be a situation where they're a whale now coming in. They need to buy back a position so that they can tank him again.
But they're going to buy at a higher price, right?
Right. But they don't care because they're just trying to have that influence on his Dogecoin that when SNL hits, they can tank it 30 cents, which is what they did. They bombed him on SNL. That's why it crashed. So they're at war trying to tank his Dogecoin.
Who is this person?
Barry Silbert is just a trader. He works with a bunch of trading. He shorted Doge. He said Doge was going to fall. So then all the hedge funds dumped their money, but it can only go so low. That's what's beautiful about Doge. You know, if it hits 25 cents, like that is literally every cent that they have is now cleared. And Elon holds that 25 cents for sure. I mean, I'm sure he's got 20 billion in there of his own, and Cuban and all these other guys.
Yeah, I don't think we'll ever see 5-cent Doge again.
Never. So it is actually becoming safer than Bitcoin. It's hard to get into Bitcoin.
Ain't that crazy, man?
I really could see the market flip and Ethereum and Doge become the number one.
That's crazy. That's crazy to say that, man. I know for a fact that transactions are a lot more affordable on Doge.
That's true.
Than Ethereum?
I'm going to go on.
Yeah.
And Doge will never hit 25,000.
No, Doge will probably never go over 10 because it's just such a big coin pool.
I know. I'm mocking myself from before. I was the one that called out that Bitcoin would never break 25,000. So.
Okay, now here's a little loophole. What if some developers came through and forked Doge? Say Elon Musk came through, forked Doge, and says he's going to burn 50% of the supply. Now what? And cap it off.
He is forking it anyway to try.
And it goes to trash. That's a fact.
Why is that?
Because Dogecoin's 100% value is in the fact that there's no cap.
That's crazy, man.
I hear you on that, but what makes it different than everything else?
Yeah, you should never have a cap on memes and jokes. That should be without limits.
I guess so.
I love that.
I guess so.
Right.
Actually,
I'm a
you know
Doge
what?
fan, though. I could talk about it for a while.
You know
No,
what?
go ahead.
You know what? So I've created an NFT, right? I have several, and I'm trying to sell. I have my book on an NFT. It's actually kind of difficult to sell my book as an NFT, but you know what pisses me off? That someone created a scam coin, literally scam, and just made a doodle and wrote scam coin on it, and that thing is selling. People are buying that up. Ain't that something, man? Memes.
Beautiful.
Never underestimate the power of memes and jokes.
It blows my mind. It blows my mind. And
Wait, go ahead, Mr. Hart. You were saying about Dogecoin. Why is that such a big deal that it isn't kept?
Yeah. All right, let's move on.
No, go.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Next news.
Yeah, you're making a good point about Dogecoin. Hold on. I want to hear this. What did you say, Mike, about the?
About what?
No, he was saying something about how the cap isn't a problem. Like having unlimited amounts of currency isn't a problem. I'm wondering why, because that would always lower the price.
Oh, you're asking me.
Yeah. Or the other Mike.
I just see Dogecoin as the worldwide currency and beyond. And if that's the case, you need the unlimited supply, because one thing we know for sure is that the human population is not decreasing. You're going to have to fund that. And because it has unlimited supply does not mean that the supply is unlimited today. There is a cap on today's number, and the number doesn't go up that great every day. So it already has value. I see it potentially going up, but that's just speculation and irrelevant.
From SNL, I heard Elon said that it's 117 billion coins in, and they're doing 5 billion a year, which is a set inflation rate, whereas the dollar is out of control. This is something we can actually rely on it's going to have inflation, but it's going to be at least controllable.
That's an interesting perspective. Yeah.
Comparing Dogecoin to USD, though, that's like setting the bar so low. You know, USD is like underground at this point.
Agreed.
But it's still the standard of the world. Like, let's not forget that there's only a stadium full of gold on this planet, and that's really what backs the dollar. Even though it's not a direct translation, that still matters to someone. So I don't know, because I don't want to have Ethereum. I want to sell it for USD.
Today, tomorrow, we hold Ethereum and use it as money.
Yeah, maybe. But I'd much rather spend a Doge than Ethereum, that's for sure. Anyway, go ahead, John.
All right, guys. All right. Next news, written by Matthew DeSalvo. Bank of Canada, intrinsic value of Bitcoin, Ethereum, hard to establish. The Bank of Canada today issued a warning on cryptocurrencies, describing such assets as, quote, high risk. And if you were among the group of investors who purchased Bitcoin at its peak of $63,000, that assessment likely comes as no surprise. In its annual review of vulnerabilities and risk in their financial sector, the central bank said that despite their growing popularity, the intrinsic value of assets like Bitcoin and Ethereum is, quote, hard to establish. The implications is that these assets are only good for speculation, and the events of the last week only fuel such criticism. Bitcoin lost more than half of its value from its peak when it dropped to $30,000 yesterday in a crash that saw massive losses incurred across the crypto market. But crypto believers say that such drawdowns are not uncommon and may even be healthy for the market. I agree. Bitcoin is currently trading for around $40,000 per coin. The bank included the crypto world in its vulnerability report because it is perceived that a threat to the financial status quo in the country. Crypto gets significant media attention, and the market cap of all assets has shot up from $200 billion at the start of 2020 to more than US $2 trillion in May 2021, the bank said. All right.
You know, this is the establishment going, oh my God, it's not normal. It's like, yeah, you're right, it's not normal. Get used to it. Oh, you don't like it? Too bad.
All right.
So true.
one of the guys in my office here he wrote "Blood on the Streets" when the market was crashing yesterday. I was like, you're new to this, aren't you?
Yeah. All right, we got a lot of news. We have a lot of news. Next news, written by Will Gottingen. DeFi exploits siphons $45 million from Pancake Bunny, crashes token prices. Oh, by the way, who was this written by? This was written by Will Gottingen. One of the things people like about crypto is that it's mostly transparent. Ledgers keep a record of every transaction on a given blockchain, and so-called block explorers like BSC Scan and Etherscan lets you pursue the archives with a handy search function. Criminals have ways of obfuscating the paper trail, but when a large amount of money suddenly changes hands, people notice. Last night, Pancake Bunny, a DeFi protocol that operates on the Binance Smart Chain network, was exploited to a tune of $45 million. And thanks to the magic of distributed ledgers, there's a record of how it happened. Trading platforms under the heading of DeFi are non-custodial, which means the smart contracts themselves are moving your money around rather than bankers or investment managers. The algorithms decide the allocation. There's now nearly $70 billion entrusted to these systems on the Ethereum network alone. According to the blockchain data site DeFi Pulse, there's another $30 billion locked up on the Binance Smart Chain per the BSC metric site how you say that? Defistation? Defistation. What is it?
DeFi Station.
Oh, DeFi Station. DeFi Station. Thank you. Like most things in crypto. Yeah. Like most things in crypto, Pancake Bunny also has a governance token, Bunny, which was trading at around $145 until the exploit. Okay. All right. I'm done with that. Any commentaries on that?
Yeah. It fell from 145 to 36 when the exploit happened. But it's like, yeah, when
$20
called Enron happened. You guys remember Enron?
No.
The Enron scandal of the early 2000s.
Yeah.
So when that happened, that took a long time and a lot of research to figure out exactly what happened. I love Lewis Black's comment was, 2 guys took $1 billion. 2 men. 2 men took $1 billion. And he repeated it. What the are you going to do with $2 billion? Or with $1 billion? Got a lot of stuff to buy. A lot of stuff to buy. Yeah. In any case, the point is that with Bunny, or in this case, any kind of crypto, we can see exactly where it went. No problem. It's right there on the ledger. Whereas we had to spend, probably $100 million to find out where $1 billion went because 2 people stole it.
All right, next news, written by Daniel Roberts. Major League Soccer launching its first NFTs. The NBA has done NFTs through its partnership with NBA Top Shots. MLB has done them through officially licensed Topps NFT cards. A growing number of NFL players have done them, but the NFL has held off on official league-approved NFTs. Now, MLS is going NFT. The top U.S. Pro Soccer League announced on Thursday it will launch a collection of 4 NFT art pieces related to 2 big games coming up this weekend: Portland Timbers versus LA Galaxy on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Seattle Sounders versus Atlantic United on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The NFT art will be created live by 4 street artists, one representing each MLS squad, on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in a 1-hour battle series streamed on Bitsky, a site where the NFTs will go on sale. The artists are Mighty Short Timbers, Aaron Kai Galaxy, Kyler Martz Sounders, and Paper Frank United. The live battle will have an associated audio experience on Clubhouse. This is the first time.
Paper Frank has paper hands.
What was that?
Guy's name is Paper Frank.
Paper Frank. Apparently, yeah. Paper Frank.
Paper hands.
Paper. Nice. This is the first time MLS has released league-approved NFTs. Last year, how do you say? Is it so rare or so rare?
So rare.
So rare. For the longest time, if you listen to my past podcasts, like from last year, I kept saying Sorare. Sorare.
I actually don't know.
Jeez. And then it dawned on me. I'm like, wait a minute. I think that says so rare. Jeez. Last year, SoRare created Ethereum-based tokens representing MLS players, but through a partnership with the MLS Players Association, not league. All right, commentaries. Shoot. Nothing. All right.
I think it's another one of those, John.
Go ahead.
It's another one of those things like you're trying to mispronounce a word because it looks like it's supposed to be a longer word, like DeFi station. Devastation.
Devastation.
But in this case, so rare is literally just trying to say, hey, these are really rare things, so they're so rare.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, next news written by Jeff John Roberts. A mystery donor gives Penn Wharton $5 million in Bitcoin. School says it has downside protection. What does that mean? The University of Pennsylvania announced on Thursday that an anonymous donor has given its prestigious Wharton Business School a $5 million Bitcoin donation, which it will use to fund programs related to innovation and finance. The Ivy League school says this is the largest cryptocurrency donation it is received to date. Though a spokesperson told Decrypt the school only began accepting crypto donations at the start of 2021. Such gifts must be at least $10,000 to be accepted. Wow, really? I'll take. Hey, you know what? If you want to donate less than that to me, I'll accept it.
So an anonymous donor donated $5 billion in Bitcoin.
Million.
Yeah. Million.
Oh, a million.
Yeah, it's not that much. It's not that much. Yeah, it's just a couple pennies.
I was gonna say that's right up the road. I think it was the iron.
While cryptocurrencies is becoming an increasingly popular form of philanthropy in higher education, Penn's fundraising page now includes a crypto link alongside options to donate in cash or stocks. It's not clear how schools manage such a volatile asset. While Penn is touting the donations as worth $5 million, that gift could have quickly shrunk to $3 million during this week's market implosion if the school had accepted the Bitcoin earlier this month and held on to it. In response to the question about how Penn would handle the volatility problem, the spokesperson cited the school's VP of Development and Alumni Relations, John Zeller, who said his office typically sells cryptocurrencies the moment it is received. Zeller also suggests the school has taken steps to ensure the donations would not shrink in a market downturn. Quote, "There is protection for us on the downside. We have what we needed to support the budget, and we'll just see it. Oh my goodness! And we'll just see where it goes in the future," he said in a statement, which did not elaborate on what the downside protection might entail. Okay, I'm kind of curious. Who do they use to do the sell-off?
When you read downside protection, my first thought was paying off malware ransom.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's smart though. Going back to your Shiba coin, by the way, the big catch on that was that when he donated it, it fell 40% in value.
Oh, for sure.
So India was just like, "Oh, we only have 40% of what you said."
No. I think because he liquidated it, he turned it into something else. I don't think he just gave the Shiba.
No, I'm reading it. He
did?
Shiba. It was like $1 million, and now it's only over 600K.
All right, next news.
600K, shit.
Next news written by Liam Frost. Cloud provider bans crypto mining following surge in Chia miners. Ooh, okay.
Chia.
Yep. Major German cloud hosting provider Hetzner has barred users from mining crypto on its servers following the recent launch of Chia, a new token that utilizes storage space to produce new blocks. Quote, "Yes, it's true. We have expanded the terms and conditions and banned crypto mining. We have received many orders for our large hard drive servers. For this, however, large storage boxes are increasingly being rented," the company tweeted yesterday. The firm explained that it has been seeing a surge in users' demand for storage servers known as storage boxes following the launch of Chia in early May. Apart from the increase in bandwidth load, Hertzner is also concerned that continuous usage of its storage drives for mining cloud lead to premature breakdowns. Okay, I know, Mike, you got something to say about this. Shoot.
Yeah, it's insanely bad for cloud service providers. Like, it's hard on their SSDs, and they definitely run through them a lot faster. they're also not designed for like high throughput that Chia mining does. So it's kind of funny if it wasn't so depressing how bad storage or cloud storage providers are.
They're so expensive and they're all consumption levels.
Yeah.
So it's just going to kill.
What's
Yeah, and now it's going to put a rush on hard drives. It's going to make volume for enterprises go up.
Yeah.
It's not good.
They already are. Like, there's definitely a shortage for hard drives. I've heard stories from multiple people about orders being canceled from providers.
Man.
First, they try to mark up the order, and then the customer would agree to the higher outrageous price, and then the provider would come back to them and be like, actually, we just need to cancel the order. We can't fulfill it.
Yeah, they're getting higher buyers from the bigger corporations.
Dude, if that, I think it's a lot worse than that. I think they're doing a really good job of not letting the world as a whole know how bad the hardware market is as far as shortages go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
I mean, GPUs, yeah, for bigger providers, but I think hard drives is kind of that one that gets like knocked to the side where no one really gave a damn about the supply lines for hard drives, just took them for granted. And now there's a serious problem.
Yeah, I wonder if there's still factories with spinning disk drives they're going to fire up. Dell will come out with those 1 terabyte, and now it's usable again. Even though it's slower, people will be like, oh, well, we don't need SSDs. Get a shitload more storage out of these old ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the main thing with Chia is if you use an STD with like a 700 read and write and not an enterprise level NVMe or something with like at least 3800 read and write, it's going to destroy that SSD right away. And none of these cloud providers are, they're not opting in for the less memory chips that are just higher production rate. And now they're feeling the wreck of that.
Got it. So it is more specific to Chia than it is the whole market. And I mean, it's a good thing they're kicking miners off, burning out these SSDs. But
yeah, it probably. I mean, they didn't say anything, and as a business, like I wouldn't if I was a business, but they probably lost a lot of money in having to replace parts.
Yeah, I'm saying it's a whole for the hard drive market. Do you also see that crashing, or is this just a specific incident with Chia?
Well, the thing about Chia too is it's really easy to just plug in a hard drive and start working. Like there's a bunch of other storage coins out there, and they advertise or quote unquote for the people, for the average person, but they're not. This is like the first one where like the marketing is right, the chain development is right, and you really could have like a garbage computer, and if you've just got some extra hard drive space sitting around, you could just fill it up, not worry about it, and then maybe it'll passively provide income. But it's just free real estate otherwise for these people.
Got it. That's pretty smart, actually.
All right, next news, written by Matthew DeSalvo. Biden's tax plan requires crypto transfers over $10,000 to be reported to IRS. Of course. The U.S. Treasury Department today released a report that outlined the Biden administration's tax compliance plan, including a new requirement for businesses to report cryptocurrencies transfers of $10,000 or more to the IRS. Quote, as with cash transactions, businesses that receive crypto assets with a fair market value of more than $10,000 would also be reported on the Treasury's Department's report, said. According to the report, the Biden administration is concerned that cryptocurrency already poses a significant detection problem by facilitating illegal activities broadly, including tax evasion. Make sure you pay your taxes. The Treasury report acknowledged that the crypto market has grown to $2 trillion in the past year and therefore needed to be watched closely, especially as cryptocurrencies transactions are likely to rise in importance in the next decade. It also said that there are more ways people can dodge paying taxes, including via the crypto economy, because the IRS is slow to catch up with modern technology. Quote, this is because the IRS operates outdated systems and lacks the ability to fully take advantage of the benefits of more modern technology due to its resource constraints, the report added. Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency by market cap, dipped 6.5% in the hours following the news, according to CoinGecko data. Oh, interesting. Do you guys think that's why the market crashed? Do you think big whales just decide to dump all their coins?
For tax season, maybe.
Really? Come on.
Tax season taxes is already over.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
Sell it and then buy
at
them.
that point. But the thing that bugs me about this is the government's just like, oh, well, we're going to make sure people pay their taxes. Like, just stop. I'm going to go out on a limb here and say we should get rid of income taxes altogether. I know that sounds crazy and all, but it would save us a lot of problems with having to fund a stupid agency just to keep things going. Like, all right, you want people to pay their taxes? Put more tax on sales. Then people, it'll be, I think I was talking about this before, that will make taxes voluntary, discretionary, instead of mandatory like they are now.
And I think most people share that view. I think that we just have leaders that are in place right now that are preventing that. But we're working on it.
So funny thing about the IRS, I haven't really paid attention to them since this whole pandemic thing started. But pre-pandemic, it was definitely something I enjoyed looking into. And for the past 10 years, every year, there's more and more Americans entering the job market. So there's more and more people to tax and money to tax. But for like the last 10 years, IRS has been getting funded less and less money every year, which is,
Yep.
I mean, if it wasn't so bad, it would be really funny.
No, it has been drastically decreased, much to one party's chagrin and to the glee of another party. I'm not going to say.
I don't know. I'd say both parties
Yeah.
would want that bureau
No.
well funded.
Maybe we would, but I guess what I'm trying to say is that
It needs to go away. The IRS needs to get out of our money, and we need to have it. No, I'm dead serious. If you do it,
No, that's why I'm laughing. It's
yeah.
I can get behind that.
It's so stupid, the fact they even have it. I mean, they can get you in all kinds of trouble. They'll come back 5 years later and be like, "Oh, you didn't file right." I'm like, "I made $10,000 that year working for restaurant. Like, what the fuck do you care? Like,
Yeah.
I have money." Yeah.
yeah, this is my problem. I actually faced this once where I was audited by the IRS about 15 years ago, and it was I basically learned the rule of the IRS, which is hypocrisy is the standard. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If they're right, I'm wrong.
Yep.
All right.
Exactly. Also, like everybody can write off taxes. All these rich people have ways, which is part of the Shiba dump in India. Is like they're writing off taxes.
Mhm.
But you think it's all for charity, and they use that as a marketing thing. But it's such a like fu to give them that kind of praise when they're saving all that money in the back end.
Yeah.
So they're not paying the taxes. They're hiding that money, and that's where most of the money would be taxed. So they don't get taxed because they're writing it all up. Then it all falls on us. It's bullshit. Give us $1,400 for here's what it's fuck you. It's going to cost you all $30,000 each for this $1 trillion stimulus package per trillion.
One of the things I actually wrote directly to the administration, not the last one, but the most recent one, and said, well, what you guys should have done was just not make anybody pay their taxes, and that would have drastically fulfilled the need of all the people in this country who are struggling. Just don't accept taxes this year.
And you level the playing field. Like the IRS is just like why crypto is great. Is because people get their hands on a ledger that you're trusting on a bank. The ledger is on blockchain. Same thing with IRS. It should be on some kind of chain or system rather than it being some random guy. It's only as good as the people that go there and audit people. So it's like, how do they choose that? That's all to human discretion, and that's the problem, is it can be corrupted. So if you just bring that to some kind of system, that's where my interest lies with things like Ravencoin, because you don't just use it for the currency, you use it for the assets. You can put a title on an IPFS, and now we can manage our titles online. It's super easy. I don't have to drive to Connecticut because I was there for a year and happened to register my car there to get a new title because it got water damaged by my kid. Like just the simple shit in life is so much simpler. If you just
and that's only one of many examples of what it can do.
It's unbelievable.
No, anyways,
All
we all have our grievances to air with the IRS.
I don't know what you're talking about. I like that.
Grievances.
Hey, come on, you guys. Come on. I love to pay my taxes, man. Come on now.
Pro IRS, pro taxes, right here.
I completely agree with the idea of having working roads and working infrastructure. I am all for it. Now, if it only passed the Senate,
I just think people realize it is a problem. Like the IRS is now. Once you realize the issue, you go about fixing it. And now we're like all talking about it, even on this stupid podcast, where it's like, not to offend you, John. It's not stupid. It's a great podcast. But yeah, even we're talking about it here. So it is coming to the forefront. I think it may go like Ted Cruz said something like that, like abolish the IRS was one of his talking points. Like it's made it to upstream politics now. So it's great to see. I think change is coming. Like voting. I mean, why just vote on a guide you don't even know? Put some of the issues on the voting ballot and do it with blockchain.
Yeah. You know what's interesting? You know what's interesting? That a lot of the real issues, they normally do behind closed doors, and they usually pass or reject them behind closed doors. The stuff that's not really that important, they kind of give to us on a ballot. Like, here you go, here's some crumbs, decide what you want to do with it. It's like, no, we actually want to make some real change in our nation as well. We would like to make those decisions of what you're doing behind closed doors. Oh, no, you can't see what we're doing. Oh, okay.
Well, some people want to do what's best for the nation. To do what's best for themselves.
All right, guys, we got $2 trillion here. How little can we give the American public without them bitching?
Nice.
So I feel like it is these committees.
I like that. I like how everyone got triggered on that. All right, let's go. Let's move on. Next topic.
This anti-American FUD is annoying.
All right, Karens. Karens, settle down. All right, next news written by Andrew Asmakov. Crypto-friendly investing app Trade Republic raises $900 million. In an impressive milestone for the European neo-broker, Trade Republic has raised $900 million in a Series C investment round led by Sequoia. The platform enabled cryptocurrency services earlier this year. Other backers include existing investors, Accel, Founders Fund, what is that? How do you say that? Cranium? Cranium? I can't even say that. How do you guys say that? Crandom. And Project A with TCV and Thrive Capital joining the list. The fresh funding brought Trade Republic's market evaluation to $5.3 billion, catapulting the German firm to the ranks of the most valuable fintech startups in Europe. Founded in 2015, Trade Republic offers a mobile trading platform for exchanges, traded funds, and fractional stocks. In addition to equities, Trade Republic recently enabled trading for Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, and Bitcoin Cash due to its increased client demand. Quote, "We believe everybody should have the right to participate in economic growth," said Trade Republic's co-founder and CEO Christian Hecker. This requires an easy-to-use, accessible, and affordable savings platform that is open to everyone. All right. To date, Trade Republic operates in just 3 countries, Germany, Australia, and France. Still, the firm commands more than $7.3 billion in assets under management, reaching over 1 million customers in the past 2 years. Nice. That's pretty good. All right.
Basically, I'm going to go out on a small limb and say this is a paid advertisement from Sequoia Capital.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, that's what I'm feeling too.
Podcast.
Bless their hearts for making money.
Yeah, thanks, Sequoia, for telling us all about your investment strategies.
Yeah, hey, Decrypt has to make money too, you know?
Yeah, of course.
All right, next news written by Liam Frost. Retail traders catalyzed latest Bitcoin panic sell Chainalysis. Cryptocurrency. Whoa, hold on. Retail traders and not institutional investors were the main driving force behind yesterday's Bitcoin sell-off, according to blockchain intelligence firm Chainalysis. Cryptocurrency markets crashed on Black Wednesday, quote, with Bitcoin dropping by more than 30% before bottoming out near $30,000. Other major cryptocurrencies also saw massive drops of up to 50%. In his latest market intel report, Chainalysis chief economist Philip Gradwell pointed out that there were only 4 other days since 2017 when the end of day Bitcoin price fell by more than 25%. Gradwell listed 4 key moments: the crash in December 2017 from Bitcoin's peak of $20,000, the fall below $10,000 in February 2018, a continued drop to $4,000 in November 2018, and finally last year's sell-off. With so many new entrants entrants only recently joining the market, the vast majority were unprepared for yesterday's volatility. What's more, the data suggests that much of the selling is from people with assets already on exchanges, who tend to be retail investors, writes Gladwell. Traders rush to exchanges. The analyst also assumes that the tokens sent to exchanges are more likely to be sold. Conversely, tokens leaving the exchange suggest that users are securing their holdings in a cold storage wallet for the long term. Absolutely. Okay, we'll leave it at that. All right. Commentaries. I'm kind of curious. Do you guys have a cold storage wallet?
Oh, for sure.
What do you have? And what are the private keys?
I just have SSDs with Qt wallets.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm all paper, buddy. All paper. Not paper hands, but paper.
Have you used a paper your hands wallet?
Paper. Is there really a paper hands wallet?
Yeah. So I know Bitcoin has one. So does Ravencoin. It's a website. You go to it, and then you disconnect yourself from the internet.
Oh yeah.
And then move your mouse around, and it makes the key.
Yeah, I haven't tried it.
It's a fun thing.
It makes it what?
What?
Wait, what does it do? You go to the website and then what?
So it's going to generate a key, but they like give very clear warnings that people are looking at this website and people do want to steal information. So you disconnect from the internet, but you still move your mouse around, and because you're moving your mouse around in this app, that's when it starts generating the key. So after like a minute or two of just mouse movement, you have yourself a public and private key.
That's hilarious. They're like key logging.
Yeah.
On the internet. Holy shit. You're going to get a record you and then caching it locally for later view.
What was it called? So I can do that right now while live streaming and just show everyone how it works and then transfer all my funds to it?
It's called
It won't work because it won't work when you're on. We won't be able to stream on the internet while it's not working.
Oh, so you have to be disconnected? It's forcing you to
No. You can be connected with the internet, but unless you are making a tutorial, it's like, I don't want to call people dumb I've never heard of, but damn, that would be a dumb move.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not the one.
But again, for tutorial and education, great thing to do.
Yeah.
It's not like the site is waiting to make sure there's no internet connection. It's just like a lot of visual displays of like, do not be connected to the internet.
All right, next news written by. Actually, I don't even know if we. Forget it. I guess it wasn't important. Danny Roberts. Let's see. Andreessen backed eco names Diddy, Kevin Durant, and Carmelo Anthony as investors. Okay, let's see what's going on here. Eco, a fintech wallet app that uses crypto on its backend, announced itself in March with a $26 million funding round led by Andreessen Horowitz. Other investors including Coinbase, Pantera, Founders Fund, Slow Ventures, and many more. Oh yeah, I'm kind of curious who many more is. Now, Eco has announced a slew of celebrities and athletes investors who also participated in the March round, including Sean Diddy Combs, Tiffany Haddish, Kevin Durant, Carmelo Anthony, and NFL star Larry Fitzgerald, and DJ 3 Lau, among others. Nice. Okay, what is Eco? Eco brands itself on its website as not bank. It's a check. Okay, I'm done with this.
That's an ad.
Yeah, I'm done with that.
Diddy done did it.
Yeah, I bet you got paid for that too, man. I bet you got paid for that. Okay, how many more do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, dude, there's so many ads.
We have 6 more, man. We have 6 more. 6 more articles before. Okay, next one. Written by Scott Chiplina. Instagram to host panel for NFT creators. What? Instagram is hosting an event for non-fungible tokens. Creators are part of Creators Week, which will run for 3 days between June 8th and June 10th. The event is designed to help creators grow their following and ultimately make more money for their platforms. Quote, they have told us they need more information on how to do that, not just from us, but from other creators, said Charles Porch, Instagram VP of Global Partnerships. About 5,000 creators from the United States are expected to attend, but Instagram plans to have global programming events taking place virtually too. The week is invite only, Although some sessions will be available publicly at the end of each day, a daily recap series called The Rundown will be available publicly. In addition to the NFT panel, Creators Week will also feature sessions on media training, how to break down entertainment, starting podcasts, and how to get discovered on Instagram. The NFT boom. Okay, this is another ad. I'm done with this.
Dude, it was.
Uh,
I gotta put the kids down, so I gotta roll. But John, thanks for having me today.
All
God, it's a
right,
great conversation.
Hey, before you
Great.
go, make sure you send me your Raven address. I'll send you some C3 tokens for being on the
Oh, you
podcast.
got me.
All right, all right.
Thanks again, guys. Take it
Adios.
easy.
See ya.
Okay, next news written by Andrew Asmakov. Bitcoin backed above $40,000 after biggest crash in more than a year. On Wednesday, price of Bitcoin plummeted as low as $30,415 according to data from CoinGecko. The vast majority of altcoins followed the trend as well, with as much as $500 billion wiped off the entire market in less than a day. Many people blame the sell-off on news of yet another ban on Bitcoin in China, though that isn't quite what happened. On Tuesday, a group of Chinese banking and payment associations merely reiterated the same rules that had been in place since 2017, and China's central bank reshared their warnings on social media. Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk arguably kicked off the bearish streak for Bitcoin last week when he suddenly rescinded Tesla's acceptance of Bitcoin as payment, citing environmental concerns. Musk continued to tweet criticism of Bitcoin over the next few days while touting Dogecoin as a potentially more sustainable alternative. Of course. But amidst the chaos, members of the crypto community remained mostly unfazed. Nick Carter, the founding partner at Castle Island Ventures and co-founder at Coinmetrics, framed Bitcoin's volatility as an endemic feature of the asset class, reflecting its futures adoption trends. He also believes that while Musk's recent comments on Bitcoin played a role in the latest crash, this is certainly not the sole reason. I'm sure there's a bunch of reasons. We can name, I'm sure, a ton of them, you know. But like I said at the beginning, diamond hands, baby, diamond hands.
Oh, I'm killing. People get in there and it's like, oh no, it's going down. FOMO, FOMO, FOMO. You guys are weak.
Telling you, man, life gets easier when you use Celsius Network. All right, next news written by Stephen Graves. In 5 years, will cryptocurrency matter? I'm not sure. Grand Theft Auto publisher. Let's see. Grand Theft Auto may have made hundreds of millions from in-game microtransactions, but don't expect to see the game integrate cryptocurrency anytime soon. Speaking on the company's Q4 2021 earnings call, Strauss Zelnick, CEO of Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two Interactive, took a skeptical stance on crypto. Quote, if you take Metaverse, SPAC, and cryptocurrency and put them together in 5 years, will any of this matter? I'm not sure it will, Zelnick said. Despite Zelnick's skeptical stance on cryptocurrency, a slide in Take-Two's presentation highlighted in-game virtual currencies as promoting engagement and growth in recurring consumer spending across the games Grand Theft Auto Online, Red Dead Online, and NBA 2K21. Let's scroll on down. Let's see, crypto and the metaverse. While Zelnick may shun the term metaverse, it's gaining increasing traction among cryptocurrency users, with a number of decentralized virtual worlds based on crypto and non-fungible tokens emerging over the past few years. Decentralized NFT-powered metaverses such as Decentraland and the Sandbox have racked up tens of thousands of users, admittedly a far cry from the 120,000 concurrent users playing Grand Theft Auto Online at any given moment. But by representing in-game items as NFTs, cryptographically unique tokens that lend scarcity to digital content, crypto games are enabling users to claim real-world ownership of its in-game items and plots of virtual land. That's awesome, man. I think he's making a big mistake not acknowledging crypto.
Maybe he's making a mistake though, because at the same time, that company is phenomenal at microtransactions and not pissing off the customer base. And there's a big value in multi-platform micropayments. Like if you could buy a currency in one game and use it in another game, that's a big thing. And if you were that company that was taking the steps to prepare it, it might be a good idea for you to publicly say that you don't think it's a good idea and not going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it could go either way with that one.
I see your
I
point.
mean, if it's in the slides, then someone at the company with control definitely thinks like this is on the table. And he's not even saying they're not doing it. He just, he's creating doubt. Literally the third thing in fear, uncertainty, and doubt he's trying to bring out.
I wonder why. Maybe he's trying to stack sats.
Maybe.
All right, next news
If
written
there-
by. Go ahead.
I'll say if there's any game publisher to really like do that and lead the charge in that way and not, fall on their sword by being the first through the door, it would definitely be Rockstar Game.
Yeah, I was going to say that the gaming space, as far as you mentioned, Decentraland is one of those factors. Gaming cryptocurrency has really taken off. I know, I own all of them, and disclaimer aside, it is definitely the way things are going. Maybe not for everyone, but I mean, I'll use the example. Blizzard tried it and failed, and they're one of the biggest gaming companies in the world.
Yeah, but Blizzard's track record lately, like, that's like textbook level greed, like at unprecedented levels in any gaming industry or any gaming company.
I don't blame. I mean, I'm not trying to get off topic, but I mean, I don't blame Blizzard, the core company. I blame Activision when they merged and basically just became a greed machine. Blizzard themselves were always pretty cool, and they've always done the under promise, over deliver thing. But when you got quote unquote investors basically grabbing you by the testicles and saying, "Give us money," then what do? You give them money.
Mm-hmm. All right. Next news. Ready? Next news written by Andrew Hayward. Dapper leads funding for pop culture NFT collectibles platform Tibbles. I like that name, Tibbles, or that word. Dapper Labs NBA Top Shot has been one of the biggest winners of this year's non-fungible tokens explosion, racking up more than $500 million in trading volume and helping introduce crypto collectibles in the mainstream. What's next for Dapper and its Flow blockchain then? By the way, we need to get Dapper on the podcast for sure. I've been trying to reach out to them for a while now. So far, no luck. If anybody out there can get us connected to Dapper, that would be awesome. We've already heard about the upcoming launch of the Genie's NFT marketplace, which will feature celebrity-driven apparel and items for users' cartoonish avatars to wear. Today, we learn about another impending Dapper NFT play, Tibbles, as in collectibles. Tibbles will be a new NFT marketplace running on Flow with a specific focus on collectibles from pop culture and entertainment brands, particularly geek culture properties. Today, the Tibbles brand was revealed along with a $1.14 million seed funding round led by Dapper with participation from Multicoin Capital, Warburg's Series Investments, and Coin Fund. An NFT represents a deed of ownership for a digital item, and it can take a lot of different forms: still or animated images, video clips, trading cards, tweets, and more. NBA Top Shot moments are real NBA highlights packaged with animated flourishes, for example, each given an individual edition that can be authenticated on a blockchain. Tibbles, huh? Tibbles. What do you guys think about Tibbles?
I was going to say that I was really hoping that Supreme would go and do an NFT blockchain. They were the kings of scarcity prior to NFT's explosion. But I haven't seen them jump on the bandwagon yet.
Soon, my friends, soon. So, my little grasshopper. All right, we got two more articles to go. Next one, written by Scott Cipollina. Chinese Bitcoin firm to invest $25 million in Texas mining center. Ooh.
That's weird.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? That's actually, I don't think this is a new thing. Let's read it. Let's read it because I do remember this some time ago. BIT Limited, a Chinese crypto mining company, has announced that it has entered into a binding investment term sheet with Dory Creek LLC to invest in crypto mining data centers in Texas. Dory Creek LLC is a wholly owned subsidiary of BitDeer Inc. The Chinese company will invest $25 million and jointly construct and operate the Texas Mining Center with Dory Creek LLC. The mining center has a total power capacity of 57.2 megawatts. Currently, the majority of BIT minings or miners?
Mining, as in they're talking about it as possessive. Currently, the majority of bit mining's crypto mining operations take place in China.
Okay. BIT Mining's crypto mining operates to take place in China, China's Sichuan province, a hotspot for crypto miners due to the low cost of hydroelectric power. The move to operate a mining center in Texas is part of BIT Limited's objective to lower its carbon footprint. According to a prepared statement, the firm claims that more than 98% of its total of its power capacity would be generated from green sources. Crypto mining, China and the United States. China and the United States are competing for a foothold in the growing crypto mining business. According to Cambridge University, almost 2/3 of the world's Bitcoin mining industry occurs in China. However, this figure is on the decline. In September 2019, China enjoyed 75% of the world's Bitcoin mining industry. China still has a significant command of the Bitcoin mining market, but the United States has been pivoting to the industry too. Today, the United States holds over 7% of the world's Bitcoin mining industry, up from about 4% in September 2019. What's more, BIT Mining is not the first company to turn to Texas mining potential. In March of this year, UK-based Argo Blockchain bought land in the Lone Star State to launch a Bitcoin mining operation. US firm Riot Blockchain also dropped $650 million on a massive Bitcoin mining site in Texas last year. Okay, so that's what
they just went public too.
Who did?
Riot. You can buy stock in Riot if you want.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So you can invest in an American-backed Bitcoin mine if you wanted to.
Nice.
And probably, like, financially, it's better to invest in Bitcoin over a Bitcoin farm. But, you know, if you want to, for the same reason you'd want to buy Shiba, except less funny and more for the company. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Do you know the ticker?
I think it's Riot.
Oh. Okay.
I'll double check that out.
While you check on that, we're going to get ready here for the last news of the day.
Yeah, it's for sure Riot.
Riot. Nice. Okay, last news. Where are we at? Here we go. Written by Liam Frost. Red Bull's F1 racing team taps Tezos for new NFT offering. Tezos has become the official blockchain partner of Formula One team Red Bull Racing Honda and will be used to launch the organization's original non-fungible token, according to a press release shared with Decrypt today. Quote, Tezos will help us maximize our engagement with our fans through the development of NFTs, said Christian Horner, Red Bull Racing Honda team principal and CEO. That's a long title. Red Bull Racing Honda team principal and CEO. This is a hugely exciting space in which we've been looking for the right partner, and in Tezos, we strongly believe we picked a winner that will help us give our fans a new, unique, and innovative way to connect with the team. Okay, how so? Let's see, scroll on down here. The NFT sector isn't without its detractors, however. Many artists and researchers have been vocal about the environmental impact of using blockchain technologies when minting their art pieces. Ethereum, another energy-intensive blockchain, is currently the go-to network for minting NFTs. Horner explains that Tezos is an open-source blockchain based on a proof-of-stake consensus algorithm, was considered a natural fit for Red Bull Racing Honda, thanks to its energy-efficient design, matches our long-term future environmental ambitions. All right. Actually, let me read this last little thing here. The Tezos blockchain is designed to evolve and adapt, doing so with security and performance in mind, and in the most efficient way possible, said Tezos Foundation Chairman, Hubertus Thornhauser. The principles are perfectly mirrored in the Red Bull Racing Honda team, and this is why we believe this to be the winning partnership. Okay, so there you go. Tezos. What do you guys know about Tezos?
The first interest-based crypto on Coinbase, as I recall. The first time they ever introduced it, they tried to get everybody on board, like, hey, check out this thing, and you'll get interest on it. And I think when it first started, it was 6%. Down to, I think, 4.5% now. But I literally got into it pretty early on and left it in there, racking up the interest for a while. But there's way better interest elsewhere. Nevertheless, I do appreciate that Tezos is pretty easy to move.
Celsius. All right, Cryptonauts. So with that said, any last words from you guys? What else do we got? Everyone sleeping? Everyone fell asleep?
Nope.
All right. All right, well, thank you guys for being on the podcast, and thanks to all the Cryptonauts listening. We will catch you all on the next one.